Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel Apply ESL. My name is Dara K. Fulton, or as my students call me, Teacher Dara. Welcome. So in this video, I just wanted to share an update with all of you because I'm proud to say that this month of June, I made 15 years teaching English as a second language. Yay! And I'm so happy to announce that because it has been a very long journey as well as a difficult one, but one that I would never ever trade in for the world. Why? Because I absolutely love teaching ESL. I love helping adults learn English, but not only help them to learn English, but to help them feel confident in the language. And that is the inspiration behind why I started my company, Applied ESL. So I'm happy to celebrate this great milestone with you. 15 years is a very long time. I started my career in June of 2005. I was working as an AmeriCorps member, and I did that for 2 years. And then after that, during that time, I started to work part-time for a nonprofit organization here in Chinatown, New York City. And I did that for 6 years. And at that position, it was great because I taught. I also did job development. I did trainings for both ESL students as well as people who are looking for jobs. I've done a lot of stuff. And in the AmeriCorps program, I also had a chance to be a coordinator as well as a teacher trainer. So I have worn many different hats over the years. Currently, I am the founder and owner to my own business, Applied ESL. I am the only teacher of my company. I am a new company. I launched May of last year. In February of last year, I received my Limited Liability Corporation license. So I'm super happy about that. And I'm here to provide free video lessons and motivational lessons, not just for students, but also for teachers. And I should note that in these 15 years, it's been more than just teaching ESL. A majority of my experience has been inside the classroom, and I would say I started my online teaching journey officially in 2017, but that was just more talking with friends that I knew overseas and, a little freelance work, but nothing substantial. But once I launched my business, that's it. That's when things became more serious, and I really got more involved with the online teaching world. But I should also mention that I've always had a passion for helping teachers as well. Because as teachers, as a lot of us know, it is not easy to be a teacher at any level. And it's not easy being an ESL teacher working with adults because they're adults. Right? And there's a different way and technique of how to help them learn English. Our approach is very different than if you was working with children or teenagers. So we're working with the world. And I think that's the best part about this job is you're working with the world. I have met people from literally everywhere. And I'm sure there are countries that I haven't even touched yet, I'm just so fascinated by the amount of people I've met in these 15 years, and I really appreciate each and every one of them for trusting in me to be their teacher, whether it's in the classroom or online. And a lot of these students I'm still in contact with to this day, and some of them have even became friends of mine. So it has been a wonderful journey, but it has been a difficult one. One of the difficulties, of course, is, the cultural barriers, the language barriers, and sadly, the prejudicial and racist barriers that I had to overcome as an educator. And this is just way of the world. It's unfortunate, but it's what it is. And so I've come across a lot of teachers during these 15 years who have struggled with similar things I have gone through, even if they're not exact. And I always like to lend a helping hand and answer questions and let them know that they're not alone. Because when you're teaching, you do feel alone sometimes. Sometimes you don't feel a sense of community. Sometimes you don't feel that support because it's just you and your students, right? You are the driver of that car. So whatever turns you make is on you. And the students can be wonderful, yes, because they can kind of help you along the way. And sometimes it can be extremely difficult because that's just how this happens. This is what happens. So there are a lot of challenges that come up in the ESL teaching world. It's not just, oh, I just walk in a classroom and say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm here to help you learn English, and everyone has their notebooks out and ready to learn with you. No, in a perfect world, it would be like that, but a lot of times you will come across difficult students, you will come across prejudiced people, you will have favoritism, you will deal with administrators that do not respect you or respect the work that you do. And for students, let me just say to you that you too will face this as well. There are prejudiced teachers out there. There are teachers who will discriminate. There are teachers who favoritize students within the classroom. I've seen it with my own eyes. And so it goes both ways. And it can be a struggle if you are the student trying to learn and the teacher's being unprofessional and difficult, or you're the teacher being professional and trying to help the student, and the student's sitting there like, I don't care what you say, because I'm just going to look at you and give you all this attitude, or I'm just going to say things that's incredibly disrespectful, because why not? I can do it. It's hard. So I like to wear both hats. I like to be that person where, yes, I help my students, I motivate, I encourage, because I truly love doing that in general, and I love this field of ESL teaching. But I also like to help teachers too, to let them know that you are not alone. You may feel alone, but you're not alone. And I wish I had more of that in my 15 years of doing this. So that's pretty much a very brief but overview of my 15 years, and maybe I'll show little snippets of how I used to look back in the day with my many different hairstyles. But let me just end on this note that I couldn't have done this without you. For the educators that I still talk to this day, to the new teachers I have met through the power of social media, through the students that I've worked with years ago and current, big thank you to all of you, because it really takes all of us to make this possible, and I couldn't do this without you. For those of you who are watching me here on YouTube or follow my social media, whether you are not a student or a teacher or neither, it doesn't matter. The fact that you take the time to listen to me and to watch what I have to say, or to just see this happy face of mine, is greatly appreciated, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you. Thank you to everyone for making these 15 years so worthwhile. And I'm trying not to get emotional, because this is a very emotional milestone for me. I have went through a lot to get to this point. And if you're interested in learning more about my story, I'll be happy to share. But just know, student, teacher, you're not alone. The journey may seem very long, and it may seem difficult at times, but I promise you, you will get to where you need to be. And that's where this try your best started. I started saying that because I started saying it to myself. If you try your best, you truly do your best. And it's okay to make mistakes. And it's okay not to know everything. And it's okay to say that, because we are human and we're here to learn together. And I'll end on this note. I have learned more from my students than I feel they learned from me. So thank you for the great 15 years of this wonderful journey. And here's to another 15 years of Teacher Dara teaching English as a second language. Thank you so much for watching today, and always try your best.